name is Nancy Morrell, and this is an introduction video to a video series called Homeschooling with Success. This video series is going to cover components that you as a parent or guardian need to educate yourself in order to homeschool with success. One issue that pops up in everyone's mind initially is that of socialization. Is that going to be a problem? Well, the Associated Press reported a study done at the University of Florida in Gainesville through a doctorate candidate that youngsters taught at home by parents do not lag in social development when compared with traditionally schooled children, and that a child's social development depended more upon parental role modeling and adult contact and less with contact with other children. Also, that homeschool children score as high or higher on standardized achievement tests. Some famous homeschoolers include C.S. Lewis, Abraham Lincoln, Agatha Christie, Thomas Edison, Mark Twain, Booker T. Washington, Mozart, Pascal, Jonathan Edwards, Theodore Roosevelt, Florence Nightingale, Irving Berlin, Claude Monet, George Patton, Benjamin Franklin, George Bernard Shaw, Thomas Jefferson, Woodrow Wilson, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the most famous homeschooler of all, George Washington. Well, this overview is intended to let you know what the upcoming video series will be about. Homeschooling with Success will define success as your family thriving and your children receiving a quality education. So the 6 components that you will need to become proficient are as follows. Number 1, recognize the societal implications to your extended family and organizations. They're going to want and need an explanation of what you're doing to accept and support your efforts. You're going to be presenting your children as homeschoolers, so how are you going to answer their questions? So you need to recognize the societal implications. Number 2, define homeschooling as training, instruction, or education directed by parents or guardians. It's legal, effective, and a respected form of education. Number 3, describe the 2 legal views of homeschooling. One is registering in a private school as a homeschooler, and the other is registering under the district. If you register under a private school, you do have advantages: complete privacy, choice of reputable curricula and activities, official documents, transcripts, report cards, diplomas, also one-on-one support and guidance for testing and special education, high school credits for dual enrollment, church activities, hobbies, job training, apprenticeships, community service hours. Also, you get to access free online classes through virtual school, dual enrollment, and district testing services. The second legal way to homeschool is register straight with the district superintendent. And these issues that I just covered, you'll have to join your own local support groups and get your advice through friends and acquaintances and research that you have to do pretty much on your own. Number 4, you need to judge yourself to see if you can do it. Students should engage in approximately 5 to 7 subjects a day, 5 days a week, for approximately 50 minutes per subject. This is a traditional schedule. Another choice is a block schedule where subjects are done 1 or 2 days a week as a block of time that total the equivalent amount of time as a traditional schedule. You'll be tailoring learning experiences to your child's individual learning style and ability, being guided by the curriculum publisher's suggestions in their scope and sequence charts. You'll be building a portfolio contemporaneously or as it happens, being flexible, inspiring creativity and love of learning, and keep open communication between you and your family. So these are things you need to think about to judge, can you do this? You'll also need to assess if your child will be ready to receive it. It boils down really to discipline. And discipline is what is done for a student, not what is done to him or her. It's important to support good discipline practices in your children. Discipline is a preventative action. Training a student for leadership requires consistency in love and discipline. By nature, a child rebels against controls that suppress his carnal desires, and unchecked by discipline, these desires will lead to a life of pleasurable activities and not productive achievement. Some children do not adjust to discipline or academic environments well and find excuses to criticize the policies and decisions of those in authority and be willfully disobedient. So you need to assess, is your child able to receive it, the homeschooling lifestyle? And finally, number 6 is identify the practical implications of becoming a homeschooler. You'll be yoking or bonding, identifying with the homeschool movement. You'll be instilling, researching, and establishing values. There'll be records, portfolio, curriculum purchases, organizational charts. There's some costs. There's transitions starting into homeschooling and stopping homeschooling. There's grade levels, promotion, socialization in high school, standardized testing, and early admissions, dual enrollment. So these are the practical implications of becoming a homeschooler. Now these 6 components I just went over will be the basis for the videos coming up in the Homeschool with Success series. I also plan to have some interactive time on social media with questions and answers, and we all can share different things as well. There's just so much information out there, and my goal for this Homeschool with Success series is to give you the most specific and comprehensive information from start to finish that covers everything you need to do to homeschool with success, things that you will need to educate yourself in to homeschool with success. Also, the documents and notes for each of the videos will be available for download as well. So thank you for listening to this introduction, and I really look forward to working with you all and meeting some of you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to communicate with me. And I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching this introduction video to Homeschooling with Success.